President Biden and what he just said about Social Security. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in this video, so let's get right into it. Alright, some new information was recently released out of the Social Security Administration on your monthly benefits. There was also some additional information that came out on Medicare benefits as well that we certainly want to pay attention to simply because Social Security beneficiaries generally also have Medicare coverages, and these two programs work hand in hand. So we got to watch all of this information very, very closely, which is exactly what I want to talk about right here in this video, as well as I want to discuss what the president also just said about Social Security benefits. So we have a lot to cover right here in this video. Let's get into it and discuss all the details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and so I can keep you updated each and every day with all of this very important information, just like what we're covering right here in this video, as well as all of the other announcements that continue to hit the wire every single day. There's a lot going on right now. Things are changing very rapidly, but I am your one and only daily advocate, and I'm very much committed to you and this community to make sure that you're getting all these updates, and I'm breaking it all down into these short videos so that you can grab as much money, benefits, checks, stimulus, programs, and anything else that may be coming up right here, right now. I want to make sure that you're getting it and taking advantage of anything during this very busy time when money is very tight for most people. So thanks again for joining me. I truly do appreciate it. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into all the details of this update and what the president said about Social Security benefits. All right, so let's quickly talk about the announcement out of Social Security and what this actually means for your monthly benefits. Now, yesterday, there was an announcement that came out of the Social Security Board of Trustees, and it gives us this annual report on the finances of Social Security. Now, this is actually a pretty big deal because we've all heard for many, many years. In fact, we've probably been hearing it for many decades now, 30 plus years. I know that I've been hearing this since I was a little kid. Social Security is broke and it's going out and benefits will be ending. Well, I can tell you this much. That is not the case, and it's not going to be happening anytime soon. In fact, probably ever. And I want to talk through the details about the finances of Social Security based on this new report that was released, and then, of course, the statements out of the president and what they're going to do with all of this money, which, by the way, they have a little bit under $3 trillion in the trust fund for Social Security. In fact, according to this report, it is $2.852 trillion. So it's a lot of money that they have sitting there, right? So anyway, I want to talk you through the details on this. So this report came out, and it is showing the solvency issues that Social Security is facing at some point in the future. Now remember, last year when we got this same report that came out in August of last year, 2021, it showed that Social Security would be insolvent by 2034. As a result of everything going on right now and the COVID situation, that was actually brought down. In other words, the insolvency year was actually brought down because of less people paying in through payroll taxes during the time that everything was shut down, things like that. So it was actually speeding up the timeline as far as when the trust funds would be completely depleted. So as of last year in 2021 of August, this report came out and showed that in 2034, they'd be insolvent and they could only pay out 77% of promised benefits. However, the same report was just updated and we got the new details on this. Here's what they're showing. They're now saying that the insolvency year will be 2035. So we gained a year in the right direction, right? This is a positive gain of 1 year extra. So this is a good thing. Next, they also found that rather than only being able to pay out 77% of benefits as they found in last year's report, now they can pay out 80% of benefits. So we got an extra year of solvency, and we got another 3% essentially is what they think they can pay out. So in the event that the trust fund become depleted and they can only pay out that money that's actually being brought in through payroll taxes, then they can only pay out 80% of benefits versus 77% is what they were projecting last year. This is a good thing, right? Now again, is this an issue that we need to worry about in the short term right now? No, it's nothing we need to worry about at all right now, but it is something that Congress certainly needs to address now, which is also what they're calling on so that they can implement these changes immediately and start ratcheting up whatever they do. Payroll taxes, raising the cap on how much income needs to pay for these taxes. There's a whole variety of different strategies and ideas as far as how they can bring more money into the Social Security Trust Fund. But again, we can focus on all that in a separate video because that's a pretty big big topic in itself. But this is overall a pretty good report and some positive information that was coming out on this, showing that the program is actually gaining a little bit more steam here, and it's actually healthier than originally thought as of the last report from last year in 2021. Good stuff. This is good. We're moving in the right direction here because we know this for sure that fixed income benefits, especially Social Security, as in retirement, disability, SSDI, and survivors benefits, well, of course, all the other fixed income benefits as well, including SSI, VA, RRB, all of these benefits, they're all very, very important, and the vast majority of beneficiaries rely on their monthly benefit for 90+% of their monthly income. Therefore, we can see the importance behind these programs, right? So this is kind of the ideas and some of the reports or some of the information that was released in that report out of the Social Security Administration. So that's pretty good stuff. Now, the President Biden, was also out making some remarks on this. Now, we've also heard him talk about Social Security in previous statements as well. Does $200 per month raise ring a bell to anybody? Yeah, of course it does. I think all of us can clearly remember what was said about that. But anyway, I can tell you this much. The president did not come out talking about the $200 per month raise, but rather he did come out in response to this report out of the Social Security Administration. And here's what he said. The president came out and said, because of strong economic recovery and because of his economic plans, these programs have now, or the strong economic recovery has improved these programs that millions of Americans rely on and ultimately boosted the United States fiscal status. In other words, basically making the United States, and these programs that millions of beneficiaries rely on a little bit stronger because now that they've pushed it out another year and essentially they've, collected more payroll taxes going forward and ultimately strengthened this program, as in Social Security. So, yeah, kind of a great blanket statement from the president, but at the same time, yes, the program, I guess, has strengthened a little bit, and it is ultimately a good thing for the millions of beneficiaries who do rely on these monthly benefits. So, here's something else that we need to throw out there as well, and that we need to focus on because this is something that may be coming here relatively soon. Now, we've been talking somewhat about recession lately. Now, again, I just want to throw this out there because this has also been floating around out there as well. In the event of a recession coming in and jobs being lost, businesses closing down, bankruptcies coming in, a lot of people being laid off, things like this, more people being unemployed. Here's what happens. It's going to be less people working, less people paying in through payroll taxes into the Social Security Trust Fund. Therefore, it may offset some of these figures once again because, well, just like we noticed in 2020, less money going in to the Social Security Trust Fund through payroll taxes means that we could be dealing with a more advanced insolvency issue. So this is something that we're looking at right now. In fact, I've seen multiple reports here coming out over the last couple weeks now already, and more reports today alone showing that some of these businesses are putting hiring freezes on, and they're even taking back some of the offers for potential employees that they put out there. So yeah, there's some things going on right now, as in the contraction is already happening with the economy right now. And again, more people that are being laid off or losing their jobs or not working as much, things like this, which are, results of a recession, means less money going in through payroll taxes. So again, this issue is not over yet. And again, based on everything going on right now with the economy and everything else, we could be in for a little bit more of a roller coaster ride on this going forward over the next year and a half, 2 years or something, until we can get this economy back on stable footing. And it is certainly not stable right now. Anyway, this is what was announced out of the Social Security Administration, as well as the remarks out of the president in regards to Social Security and apparently the economic recovery and his economic plan and how it is strengthening these programs that millions of people rely on. Anyway, as I do get more information, of course, I'll be right back here for you, breaking it down, letting you know what do we need to know about what is being mentioned by the president, as well as Social Security, money, benefits, checks, programs, anything else we can possibly get our hands on right now. Of course, I want to be here for you, laying that all out and making sure that we're all on the same page here with everything going on. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel. Thanks again. I truly do appreciate it. Until next time, enjoy your day, stay safe, and thanks so much for your continued support. I'll catch you again later.